Yes, this is another video where we get glam, guys, but not only did we do makeup today, we did hair and we also did like a girl talk at the same time. On a normal day when I'm sat down getting ready, the camera's not on, I love to put like a get ready with me on or something like that so I can watch it while I get ready so I feel less alone. That same energy is what I wanted to put into my own video, so that is what's going on. From where you guys are, I don't know if you can actually see the makeup for what it is. I'm a little bit obsessed. I genuinely think that this makeup is one of the most easy and wearable ways to wear colour. Like when I say I'd walk out the door right now and my eyes are blue. Cool graphic blue liner. We've also got blue lashes as well, top and bottom. My classic full coverage skin that I always do, and then a nude like wet glossy lip to go with it. The reason why I wanted to show you the hair as well is I had this in my most recent TikTok and so many of you want a tutorial on how I did it, so I thought I may as well just pop it on here. An entire get ready with me, okay? The only thing that was missing was a drink, because the only thing I'm drinking right here is water. I will be grabbing a glass of wine in a second though. Don't be fooled. If you're interested in how I transformed, keep watching. Okay, let's get ready, bitches. I actually don't know what I really want to do today, to be honest. The only thing I kind of have in my mind, the energy I'm getting, is something to do with blue. What? I don't know. Stick around for the ride. Let me just scull some of this real quick. Does anybody else struggle to drink like a shit ton of water? I'm really trying, okay? I'm really committing to this whole situation, but it's not easy. I mean, listen, I envy those people that are like drinking like 12 litres a day. Like how the I need whatever you're having. Sugar-free flavoured water. It's still water. I want to be that girl, do you know what I mean? Who like wakes up, just like glugs a load of water, feeling good on the inside and the outside. Like that will be me. Before we do anything, I want to quickly put my hair back because it's pissing me off. All I'm going to say to you guys is freshly washed hair. Yeah, that's where we're at. This right here is exhibit A as to why I'm trying to drink more water as well. This is for anybody that thinks I don't break out. Baby, here you go. I mean, I am on my period, so that is actually why, but like, she's so upset right now. Anyways, how are you guys doing? I feel like it's been a while, right, since we've like sat down and kind of done something like this. I love my own company, right? Like kind of just chilling and getting ready by myself, but there is something about putting on a YouTube video of someone getting ready while you're getting ready that is so almost therapeutic. I have already done my brows, guys, because to be honest, I feel like you've seen me do them one too many times and I really don't feel like boring the shit out of you today. Top tip from me, right? If you never know what you want to do with your makeup, I feel like start with your eyes. That way, if things fuck up, you can take it off without having to like ruin your base. I'm going to keep it light and simple today. I'm going to start with my Benefit Hoola and I'm just going to whack this in the crease for a little bit of colour. While I'm doing this, let's grab my handheld device and let's answer some cues that you guys sent in. I feel like this is actually a really cool one to start with. It's kind of associated with what I was just kind of talking about. Any tips on being comfortable in your own company? I know a lot of people struggle with this. For some reason, it's kind of looked down on being by yourself. And I'm not necessarily talking about how other people view you. It's more like a self thing. I think people tend to thrive or like they feel like they're their best version of themselves around other people. Then when they're by themselves, they're like, what the fuck do I do? Guys, do you know what? Honestly, it's as easy as perspective. Everything in life, when you really think about it, right? Deepest thought is down to perspective. Instead of viewing being in your own company as uncomfortable, instead of seeing it as, oh my god, I'm with my own thoughts, I don't trust them, I don't know how to feel, think, I don't know what to do, why don't you flip it and see it as like a good thing? When I'm by myself, honestly guys, it's my most peaceful. No one's talking to me, no one's influencing me. You know what? I fuck with that. It's a time where I don't need to rely on anybody for my happiness or for anything in life. Like at that moment, you're controlling your character, like your Sims character. That's kind of life though, right? Like low key, like it's like a simulation and you're like controlling your character, like you're playing that. Isn't that strange? Being alone isn't trying to or choosing to be comfortable because you're without people. It's choosing to be comfortable just with yourself. Plus as well with everything in life, right? The more you do it, sorry, I'm like talking so much, my voice is like, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Everybody's character is different and everybody treats situations differently, right? But there is no reason why you can't feel just as good alone as you can with other people. Just finding the balance, I guess. The more balance you have with that type of thing, the easier it gets to. Jumping into liquid liner, I think I want to do a pop of blue because I think that'd be kind of cool, right? Luxury brand here, this is by Dior. You guys know I love Dior. This is the on-stage liner. It's actually waterproof as well. This is in matte pop blue. Thinking this could be kind of cool as like a graphic style wing, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking inner corner all the way to outer corner, kind of thick, chunky, so it's kind of stand out. I'm pretty sure this is all I want to do on the lids. We're going to make this sort of the statement of the look. This liner is actually so easy to use. You know when an eyeliner just sort of like glides on and does all the work for you? That's how I feel about this. I love the fact that that's like a matte blue. Real nice. Sometimes like liquid coloured eyeliners can be quite flaky and dry. The formula can be like a little bit weird. Not this one though. Yeah, it might be a little bit more expensive, but sometimes I think that's worth it. If it makes my life easier, cool. Don't know why I was closing that because I've still got one more eye. I want to answer this question next. It's kind of interesting to me. Maybe it's because my brain doesn't really work like this, but I know a lot of people will think along these lines. What do you do to pass time whilst Jake is out with his friends? Guys, to be completely honest with you, right, I don't see that time as something I need to sort of pass. I don't know, when Jake's out with his friends and doing his own thing, I see it as a time for me to do my own thing. I don't sit there and think, oh my god, like what am I going to do with myself now? I need to pass this time. I'm bored, I'm anxious, I'm like nervous, I'm overthinking. See it as like, right, cool, like Jake's at the house, I've got the house to myself, like what can I do? What do I want to do with my time? I don't know, and it could be as simple as, you know, I want to sit and binge watch this like chick flick, make myself some yummy food or order in and just chill out, man. I just chill out. Don't be worrying about things that don't actually exist. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all up here. Train your brain, right, to see this as either some sort of like self-independence moment and you can like thrive off of that opportunity, or self-indulgent, you know, chilling out and just doing something that you want to do. Me and Jake do live together though, so it kind of, I guess that makes it a bit easier in that respect because I know I'm going to see him, but I don't know, I just don't like to see it as like passing time. Like I feel like time's too precious to just pass time. That little bit of like alone time that you have, use it and put it into a part of your life that you feel like you don't have enough of. A passion, you might love makeup. Why don't you sit and play with makeup? Or I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Eat, sleep, rave, repeat, babe. Thing is, I know not like all girls are like me in that sense where they don't find it easy to shut off when their boyfriend's out with his mates. People need distractions, things to do, passing time. I appreciate that. Like I said, perspective. Guys, would I be a little bit crazy to want to do like blue lashes? Like I've got a blue mascara and part of me is like, just fucking do it. I'm feeling kind of crazy. And I've got two mascaras here that are kind of calling my name. First one being the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. This is like the dark blue one. I've also got one from L'Oreal, which is the Mega Volume Miss Baby Roll. This one's a teal though, so it is like a lighter blue. The Benefit one is like a darker blue, like a navy, which I think I want to use that one. What do I do? I'm like, do I like paint the lashes blue or do I just coat them in the blue mascara when they're on? I do have these new bases from Makeup Revolution. They're the Ultimate Pigment bases and they come in a variety of colours. I really want to try these one day, but I'm like, is today that day? Maybe we'll just coat the crap out of them in mascara. These are some old lashes, guys. These are ones I've worn before, you know, when they're just sort of like chilling on the side. Not sure what they are, but they're just sort of like slightly winged out lashes. I'm kind of using them in case this does go tits up. I'm not going to cry about ruining a pair of lashes. Okay, this question is kind of funny. I feel like people assume that when you've moved in with your partner that your sex life will be a certain way. Has your sex life changed since living with your boyfriend? Let me tell you the reality. When you move in with your partner, I think you assume that your sex life is going to be like off the radar. Listen, I'm talking sex every single day, right? At it like rabbit. That is not the reality of the situation at all, unless you have such high libidos and high sex drives. I'm talking that you've probably got like hardcore vaginas and willies that can take that every single day. Unless you've got that, it's probably not. Has it changed since moving in? I mean, it depends how you view it, because obviously before we moved in together, we'd see each other a couple times a week. Sometimes less, it just depends on how busy our weeks were and stuff. And even then, we wouldn't bang every single time we saw each other. I think what I'm trying to say is you actually do become a bit more chill about sex when you live together, because you do see each other every single day. You're aware that there is countless opportunities that you could bang or do whatever. I think a lot of people would assume that you would have sex a lot living together because the opportunity is always there, but that's not the case, to be fair. When it happens, it happens. I'm the kind of girl as well, I don't know about you girls, but like I actually enjoy when it is more spontaneous. Like I don't like, not planned sex, but like I feel like the only way I can explain it in my head is almost like anticipated sex. I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. That it's not my fave thing. I won't lie though, the sex is important in a relationship, because when you think about it, if we didn't have like that intimacy, say that become not important, we may as well just be friends. Honestly, like the intimacy, like that sexual part is what makes us a relationship. Guys, I won't lie, I'm gassed. This is working. This is working. Let me zoom you in. You see the blue, like the blue mascara? It's kind of subtle, but I love that. I did try to put a little bit of the mascara on the backs of the lashes as well. So obviously when I look down, it's not completely black, but I didn't want to put too much because I don't want them to go like super clumpy. Definitely going to put some of this on my bottom lashes when I'm finished. I feel like that's going to look so good. It's going to look banging. Priming my skin, by the way, with the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. This is basically a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. Then I'm also going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Blurring Balm. It's the Pore Blurring Compact. Just in the T-zone to help with any pores. Kind of just press this into my skin. Kind of want to press it into any pores. That way you kind of get the smoothest finish. Anywhere on my skin that I want to smooth out, this is kind of where I use this. This foundation, I actually really enjoyed it when I used it in my last video, so we're going to use it today. It's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte. I'm in Tres Leches. I don't fucking know, okay? This is what it says, okay? That's all I know. That's all I know about my colour. I might add a touch of my NARS foundation in as well, but we'll see. Spraying my beauty blender with a bit of setting spray as well. This is the Milk one. I'll talk about this in a bit. I've been loving this, but I feel like it just helps with the longevity of my makeup. Press the setting spray into the foundation, which really helps. Let's cover these beasts down here. So much better. It's weird because I actually don't hate my breakouts. Like, at the end of the day, it's human nature, it happens, right? But there's something so satisfying, right, when you do a full face of makeup and you just sort of see them disappear, especially say you're going out. I've accepted the blemishes and they're there, right? But when I'm going out, I don't know, man, I feel like they're just killing the vibe. Like, they've just got to go. This next question, you know what, I really want to touch on, because I feel like a lot of people not get scared to talk about it, but they're just not open about it. They don't know how to approach this type of situation. I used to be like it as well, to be fair. So I struggle with my sexuality a lot. Girls are hot as fuck. Fucking men. I feel like it's common with girls. What's your opinion? Honestly, I think it's actually becoming more common and more, I don't know, you see a lot more people these days almost talking about the fact that they find girls attractive. Taking that information, you don't know how to feel about it. It's like, do I just find them attractive because girls are hot? And like, do I like girls too? Am I bisexual? Do I want to be with girls? You almost start, all of these questions start going around in your head, right? I think I've touched on it before in a video about my sexuality and kind of telling you guys where I stand with it. I mean, if you're new and you haven't heard me say this, there is a label to it. Not that you need labels, but I think sometimes when you're confused, a label almost can help to place you somewhere so you don't feel so out of place, if that makes sense. But I think it's a bisexual heteroromantic. That's what I am. So basically, I'm sexually attracted to both genders, but I only ever see myself in a relationship with a male. I have no intentions with being with a female ever. That's not what I want. I want a relationship with a man, but I'm sexually attracted to both. So basically I would like have sex and do sexual things with both sexes. It's funny how your brain can work, you know. By the way, I'm just going in with my L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. Yeah, it's funny how your brain can work and almost go into like overdrive, and you start like questioning everything about yourself, like your just entire existence at this point. To be honest, the older I've got, the more I understand myself, the more I understand my feelings, how I feel. You become accepting of that. And then you're like, okay, cool, like this is how I feel. It ain't a big deal either. Like, who you're attracted to, like, who gives a fuck? It's not anybody else's business but your own. It's such a personal thing, isn't it? And the way I see it, right, the only person who experiences your sexuality is you. You have total control of it. How you feel is how you feel, you know? For me, age helped me develop understanding of these type of things, just growing up in general. Anytime I go to do cream bronzer, I honestly just pick this up every time, forgetting that I do have more than one in my collection. I'm going to go back in with my Pink Honey BFF bronzing face frosting in Cookie Butter. Let's add some life back into this skin. Let's add a little bit of colour. This, I used it in my last video, just need a little bit of this. A little bit goes a long way. Tap it in. Delish. Somebody asked me about the struggles that I've had to deal with as a girl, and I think a lot of, for me, I think the biggest kind of light bulb that appears in my head is friends. Another question I got is how to cope with not having a group of friends and or toxic friends. I feel like I'm missing out on so much. God, I feel like if anybody can speak about this, it's bloody me. Honestly, I think I could write a book on it at this point. Girls are honestly one of the most complicated species out there. I mean, men are up there too, don't get me wrong, but men I think are hot and cold. Girls I think are up and down. Does that make sense? I mean, you guys know I've always struggled with female relationships, as have a lot of girls. I think my job, though, really doesn't help with what I do. I just don't know people's intentions. I think we can all agree at this point that girls are almost known. It's almost like we got fucking badges at like just being bitchy and difficult, complicated, hard to mesh with. Like anything in life, though, not everybody is like that. You've just got to find the right ones. Girls as well have more emotions, so they approach things differently, take things to heart, take things personally, and if they ever do approach a situation, it's kind of like all at once rather than in like a nice, respectable way almost. How I tend to deal with a lot of it, to be honest, guys, age helps a lot. The older I get, I feel like I'm more capable to be able to step back and kind of look at the situation as a whole. I'm more willing to lose people and get rid of toxic people because I know what's best for me. Where I'm at now, I'm more inclined to hang on to quality over quantity any day. I've had my fair share of experience with girls, right? And I just understand now what I'm worth and what I should have, what I deserve in my life. Being that little bit selfish opened my eyes up, and to be honest, that's helped me with a lot now, like a lot. I'm talking not just friendships, in all scenarios. You just, I don't know, you just don't take no shit. When I tell you, right, and I would scream this from the fucking rooftops, I would much rather have no friends, honestly, be a loner for the rest of my life, than have a group of girls that make me feel less than what I am, or they're just toxic. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I sit at home every single day and I'm like happy about my entire situation. Of course not. Would I love some friends? Absolutely. And I have acquaintances, people I'm civil with, but I'm talking like friendships, people that I not rely on. I don't want to say that, but they're almost like my right arm. I don't have someone like that apart from Jake, but he's a different type of best friend because he's my boyfriend. That type of vision is beautiful, and maybe one day someone will come into my life at the right time that will be able to provide that, but right now I don't, and I'd be lying if I sat here and say that I don't have down days about that. Like, I'll be looking on my phone and I'll see people out with their mates. You know, there's so many people I'm sure that you guys have on social media that are always out with people and almost seem like they're always living their best life, and some of you might feel like this too, but I am that girl that sits at home pretty much every weekend. And girls, I've learned to be okay with that. That is okay. Ooh, I'm excited to try this powder. I'm using a new one, by the way, by Huda Beauty. I bought this the other day because I've had so many people rave about it. I'm in Pound Cake. I also wanted the shade up from this, which was like, was it banana bread? That was sold out, so we're going for this one. Oh my God. She smells groove. Why have I smelled that smell before? Oh my God, that's gonna piss me off. But I don't know. Is that like a perfume? Anyway, oh, I almost forgot about that. I'm going to put my P. Louise base on in Winter Rose as my blush. Yeah, it definitely is okay to feel like you're missing out sometimes. I think that's so normal. And who's to say that someone won't walk into your life tomorrow? Sometimes patience is the best medicine, honestly, because then that way you filter out the good from the bad. If anything, I actually think it's important to deal with people that aren't the best for you, because then it makes you learn what you should have, if that makes sense. Like, you can see it in front of you. Kind of comes in stages. It's like, first of all, you almost have like grief. Like, when you lose friends, you do experience that same sort of feeling. I think especially as a female, because like I said, we almost crave other females' attentions. Having that one-to-one relationship with another girl, especially because we are so emotive, is quite important to us. Letting go of that is quite like a scary thing, but like, time is the biggest healer, honestly. Like, you have that grief stage, you then have the stage of sort of stepping back in and accepting it, and then you've dealt with it. And I still feel sad sometimes, but that's because you're human. You're not a robot, babe. Like, you will feel things, and that's okay too. Also, this powder, can we talk about it? My face is looking smooth. Do you know what? I think that's why I'm actually real cool by myself. Like, I'm so chill about being by myself, and because I've spent so much time by myself, I've experienced that a lot, that now, to be honest, it's like normal to me. Don't compare your life to other people's and how many friends they have and what they're doing. Put yourself out there when you feel comfortable enough, like when you're ready to feel like you want to make other female friends. Don't be afraid to be the one to reach out to people. I do that a lot. I'm kind of numb to that. I hate reaching out to people. I hate to be the first person, and then the rest will just fall into place. Time will heal. For bronzer, I'm actually going to take my Jordana Cosmetics. This is the little duo, so there's a cream bronzer underneath, and then this on top is the powder. I'm going to take the powder. This is in Fiji Fling. Ooh, I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I need a water break. It gets hot under these lights, let me tell you. I mean, it's great because the lighting is like perfect for me to be able to do makeup in. The reality is, though, I'm sweating my tits off, everybody. I'm sweating my tits off. Add a little bit more colour back to the skin. Have you tried any menstrual cups? They scare me, but seem so convenient though. I am putting my hand up to that. I agree. Guys, I don't know what about... I seriously don't know what it is, but there's something about them that kind of creeps me out, which is strange because I will happily use tampons any day of the week. I stick things up there quite well, right? But, oh, I don't know, just the thought of, I feel like you have to go quite far up with them. Like, your fingers have to go up there to obviously be able to like release the cup. It opens up, and then when you take it out, you've got to go in, pinch, and take it out. That just... Have you guys seen the like new, they're like meant to be more eco and sustainable, the period pants that you can wear? So they're literally just big pants that you wear, and they're really well padded like inside the underwear, so obviously when you leak out, it absorbs it. I know Primark are doing them at the moment. I saw them in there the other day, so if anybody is interested in that, there's that. The only thing about that is I can't wear pads because I hate the feeling of almost like sitting in something. I don't know how comfortable I'd feel in something like that. I think that's what it is. I feel like being on your period is an uncomfortable enough situation as it is, and I feel like I would just choose the option that doesn't add to the discomfort. I don't know, I feel like I just want to try everything once. You know, to be honest, I think it's like a mind over matter type of situation. Like, I feel like when you do it, it probably wouldn't be as bad, but the thought of it is kind of what cringes me out. Another thing I think is, like, you know, they say, like, when you take it out, you've got to clean it. Like, imagine if I was in, like, a public toilet. How would I do that? Do I just take it to the sink? But then nobody wants to look at my bloody cup. Oh my god, oh shit, got some on my face. Darn it. Have I ever told you guys a story about the first time I put in a tampon and how I almost fainted? That happened. I remember I was at my nan and granddad's and I started my period and I didn't have anything on me. At that point I was new to period, so I was only wearing pads, right? But I ran to my sister and I was like, oh my god, help. Code red, babes. She whipped out a tampon though, and the fear in my face. No, for real, I was like, what the fuck do I do with this? Tampons at that time, because I was new to it, just kind of scared me a bit. So I ran to the toilet and I tried to put this tampon in, right? And I remember my sister telling me, if you don't put it up far enough, you're gonna feel it. I placed it up, right? And when I tell you, I almost fainted. All I felt was like this rush of heat come over my body and I had to sit down. I thought I was going to be sick. Little me is like in the corner of the bathroom, like shaking. After a couple of minutes, I managed to get my ass up. I was so embarrassed about the fact that I almost fainted from putting a tampon in. Traumatized. I mean, now look at me. Like, all I ever use is tampons. Like, it's crazy, right? Quick little drink before we begin lips. Speaking of drinks, right? If I was to ask you what your go-to drink on a night out is, what would you say? Nice. Taking the Dragon Beauty Lip Job Liner. This is in... oh my god, I have no idea. 2.0 cc? What the fuck is that? Like Mario Kart? It's this colour on the end. It's like a dark brown. My favourite drink, to be honest, right? I think it depends on like the scenario that I'm in, because I love me like a nice glass of white wine, prosecco. Love that so much. I feel like that's like when I have like a nice dinner, so I'm out for a nice dinner, or I'm like chilling at home. Certain nights I feel like are a cocktail night, which I love. A porn star martini, that's probably my fave. I don't really do spirits, to be honest. I like a Bacardi and Coke. That's delish. I don't really fuck with vodka, or like, I used to love gin, but I feel like I kind of, you know, when you have a drink so much that you're like, about it now. I drink it, but like, oh, do you know what drink we did try the other day? Oh my god, a cocktail that we tried the other day. Never tried this. I say the other day, it was like the other week. A Long Island iced tea. Baby. A bottomless brunch with Jake's mum and sister turned into a messy one. They're dangerous, you know, because they taste pretty good, but the alcohol content, they have several alcohols in, and that's like such a killer when it comes to alcohol, right? Is mixing drinks. I did experience a hangover the next day. I'm talking the type of hangover where you're hunched over. I've never tried this lipstick, but I really want to try it. It's the KVD Beauty Epic Kiss Nourishing Butter Lipstick in 120 Womankind. Looks like a really, really lovely colour. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It's one of those lipsticks that I feel like I could keep applying forever. Kind of doesn't need a gloss because the lipstick already has quite a high shine to it, but I want that like wet gloss look. So I'm gonna go in with the iconic London Luster Lip Oil. This is in Queen Bee. Oh, look at that. If you want your lips to look wet, use this, like a lip oil. It's unreal. And a touch of setting spray. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. Fab. That is it for the makeup. Now let me show you this hair. It was like a curly type of updo, and honestly it took me about 5-10 minutes to do. It was that easy. One thing I will say is probably the dirtier that your hair is, the better. I did it when it was dirty, and obviously I just threw it up and it just kind of worked. Should be fine with clean hair. You just might need to add a little bit of kind of grip to it, that's all. Two ways you could do it. You could proper curl your entire head of hair and then do the updo, or you can kind of do the cheat way, which is what I do, and I just curl little bits that I want to be curled. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of dry shampoo just to give my hair a little bit of texture. This one is the TIGI Copyright Revitalizing Dry Shampoo. This one isn't too white. I'm also going to spray that on my ends. Gonna get my curling iron at the ready. It's the Mark Hill Pick and Mix. This is the tiniest barrel that they do. I think it's called, is it the corkscrew? Start by grabbing your hair up onto the top of your head, and it can be messy, it doesn't need to be neat. This is the point where I like to pull out specific bits that I want down, so I kind of just pick out thin little bits of hair, random little places like that. Pull out the side too. Because this isn't going to be like a neat look, all these bits that fall down, I am just going to grip them up at the end. If it was a neat hairstyle, I'd go in with my Got2b hairspray and just hairspray them up as I go. Brush it down, smooth it over, and that's how I keep these from falling down. Tie the hair like you would like a bun. So on the last tie round, pull the hair through halfway and leave out the ends. And instead of the ends being behind, I just twist them forward. It will look crazy like this, just bear with, trust the process. Grabbing bits to curl now. These bits right around my face, I kind of like to do inwards. And you literally only have to hold it on for a couple seconds. Honestly, this hairstyle is so quick because you don't even need to hold the heat on your hair for long because they're such small pieces of hair that you're curling. Makes it nice and quick to do. So let me just do all these front pieces real quick. Now, normally if I'm on like 2, 3, 4 day old hair, my hair will have a bit of texture to it anyway, so I don't need to curl as much. But because my hair is freshly washed and I have kind of naturally straight hair, probably will need to curl a few more bits than normal. One more thing I will do is take a hairband, gather this bun bit up here, and I take a little bit from the ends here that are chilling on the top of my head just because I don't want as many out. Sort of just gather them really roughly in your hand and just tie a hairband loosely over the top of that, just to create more of a, can you see that, a more organized bun on your head. Grab some of these top bits and just start to curl. I do thicker bits, thinner bits, smaller bits, bigger bits. Some of these pieces on top, I kind of pull round and I kind of like them to come out of the side rather than all on the top of my head. I basically want it to look like a curly, messy bun, not so everything's at the front. I kind of like to spread it out around my head. Like this bit, for example, I know I've not curled it yet, but it's kind of too much hair in this one area. I'll just take it and tuck it in to the bun at the back there, and then I can kind of just curl these loose bits back here. Pretty much it's one of those hairstyles, you know, when you just like play around with it until it looks all right. It's one of those. Pull small bits of hair out the bun at the top like that and give those a curl too. I like mine to be a bit higher, so I just keep pulling until I get it the height that I like that. These bits that are falling down, just literally grip them up. I kind of just grab them together, give them a little twist at the back, and then throw them up. Obviously where this hair is really carefree, it really doesn't matter. The mess is welcome in this hairstyle. And then a little bit of hairspray just to keep that in. I have done a hairstyle similar to this in the past, but that was like almost like a bun, and then all the ends of the hair were like at the front of the hair to kind of create this curly faux fringe. This isn't that. This is like a messy bun, and then you just have like some of the ends of the bun sort of sticking out. Super easy, super simple, and I love this as well because like it doesn't matter how dirty your hair is, this hairstyle will still, to be honest, it gets better the dirtier your hair. Just like that, we are done. This is the hair and makeup complete. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Mwah.